Let's look at the stomach aspects of a smiling baby. This is critically important. If you have no venting attempted, which is the old standard bottle, or a non-functioning slit or slits placed, then you basically are sucking against a vacuum, which is the opposite of the breast, which we will soon see. So right below here we have excessive intraoral pressure being generated. This is due to the vacuum that has to form in the mouth because the bottles above demonstrate no venting whatsoever, and this air eventually gets into the stomach. Let's see how this all actually happens. Really close to the real thing. How close? The closest available. No extra parts, truly vents. What's the recipe to prevent problems? First, start with flow like mom. Number 2, protect the ears. Number 3, prevent airplane ears. Number 4, smile. None of us really want to see a sad baby. I think we can all agree we'd like to see all babies happy and smiling all the time. Exactly how do we get from before to after? How do we get from a sad baby to a happy, smiling baby? Physiology is how the body works. Physics is how the world works. We like to put together the physes of physiology and physics, and that's how TrueVents works. Why don't babies smile all the time? Hi, I'm Craig Brown. I invented the physics and physiology of the Dr. Brown's baby bottle, and I'm the co-inventor of the Dr. Brown's baby bottle. Back to the question of why don't babies smile all the time? After all, their jobs are basically to pee, poop, eat, and sleep. Let's talk for a second about unhappy babies. There are many stomach factors contributing to fussiness and colicky infants. Most bottles do not vent, which makes an infant suck excessively and generate a very large vacuum in the mouth. Exactly why do they have to suck so hard? So hard to get the liquid out because of the instant and very significant vacuum in the bottle. It's the exact opposite of breastfeeding. The vacuum forms because most bottles simply do not vent. They may advertise to vent, but do not vent. If they vent, they actually use extra parts, which are very messy and expensive and hard to keep track of. When there's no air going into the bottle due to no venting, the baby has to suck very hard on the bottle to try to get some liquid out because of the instant and very significant vacuum formed in this closed container. What happens then? If you'll notice here, we have a diagram of a baby bottle being sucked on by an infant with the GI tract in the lower portion. This is the same diagram showing the baby bottle along with the mouth and the GI tract. We've also introduced a vacuum, which is what happens when babies suck on unvented baby bottles, thumbs, and pacifiers. This illustration demonstrates that when a vacuum is present, air goes in the baby's mouth, and this occurs around the pacifier, the thumb, or an unvented baby bottle. Here we see the introduction of more and more air around the pacifier or thumb or unvented baby bottle, and all of this air is going into the stomach. Please see the illustration. This illustration shows how the vacuum occurring in the mouth only brings more and more and more air into the mouth in order to try to get something out of an unvented baby bottle or a thumb or a pacifier, and all of this air goes into the stomach. This is another illustration showing the continuing process of more air entering the stomach. The infant continues to suck, but physics says that air must enter the container for liquid to exit. It is a basic tenet of physics. Occasionally, the infant will have to release the nipple since it will have collapsed. While sucking against the vacuum, the infant will have ingested a very significant amount of air. The infant continues to repeat this cycle. Rapid and significant air ingestion occurs, very frequently resulting in fussiness, colic, irritability, and other problems. This problem only gets worse with the increasing air that the infant is swallowing. While this unhealthy and unnatural suction is occurring, air is ingested around the nipple, and this air goes straight to the stomach. We call this soda stomach. It frequently contributes to infant irritability, colic, and fussiness. What's a quick way to see and feel exactly what is going on? Just take a second and try sucking on your infant's bottle. You cannot get more than a few drops, or you have to use extra parts. You'll immediately see the problem. How do you prevent these problems? Some bottles use extra parts, including messy, expensive bags, but most systems simply do not vent. How do you eliminate these problems and get babies to smile? Let's see. TruVents vents and simulates mom's breast and nipple with no messy, expensive parts to clean or throw away. This eliminates soda stomach. This is the only container that truly works like mom and has no extra parts. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know at 217-412-8262 or email me at craig@truvents.com. And thank you so much for your time.